name's Chris, and I'm here to welcome you to the exciting world of pressure cookers. Now, I'm brand new to this, so this is only addressing all you newcomers to pressure cooker. A lot of you people out there that have worked with pressure cookers their entire lives will think I'm a bit of a wanker for not knowing a lot of this stuff, but some of this stuff just is not put in the instructions, and I was confused by it and just about ready to take it back. But once I got it figured out, I realized this is a great product, and I just wanted to share my experiences with those of you that have just purchased one as well. What it's going to ask you to do when you first get it out of the box is take this lid off, and all your stuff will be inside. You'll want to remove it. It's your steam trays, your onion chopper, all that racks, things like that. So take it out, and it's going to want you to fill about 2 quarts of water in here, and we're going to pressurize that water and cook it for about 10 minutes in canning mode. And what that does is get that fresh pressure cooker smell out of there. And that's where I ran into my first problem, was it wants you to put the lid back on and then hit canning. Let's try. So anywho, after about 20 minutes of that, I finally realized that this little button, that's what you want to look for. And you just want to place it just to the right of the open arrow, turn it, you're locked. Then what you're going to do is you'll hit the canning feature, and this is just to get rid of that fresh pressure cooker smell. So you'll be using different buttons depending on what you're cooking. Just follow the instructions of the recipe. But anyway, when you first hit that canning button, what you're going to see is a series of red lines going around in circles. And you'll wonder yourself, what is that? It's building up pressure. It's just building up steam. Eventually, once it gets to temperature, your timer will come on. And it defaults to about 10 minutes in canning, I believe. Also, before you hit that canning button, you're going to want to make sure that you have your pressure release valve set on closed. And that's this thing that twirls around like this, and you may say, is that the way it's supposed to be? Yep, it is. And what you'll do is you'll put it on the circle with the dot inside, and you'll line those 2 arrows up. That means it's closed. And once you do that, then you'll hit your canning, and once the arrows stop spinning, your timer will set to 10 minutes and start counting down. Once that's done counting down, what you're going to want to do is be very careful here at this step. Do not open this lid. Use a pair of gloves or tongs or something to protect your hands. Because what you're going to do is you're going to take this pressure release valve and you're going to set it to the open position. This steam is going to come out fast, it's going to come out hot, and it's going to come out hard. So be sure that you don't have your face near it or any exposed skin. Originally, I had this underneath these cabinets, and I realized after a couple of times cooking, that steam was going to permeate the wood, and I'm going to have some warped shelves in there. So try to use it out in the open. And then you just dump your water, and you've gotten this thing kind of seasoned and ready to use. The next step was cooking a roast. And what it asked for was for me to saute the meat. And I discovered that saute and browning are the exact same thing. Again, those of you in the know probably think that that should be obvious, but I did not know that. I thought browning and sauteing were 2 different things. This thing browns like a beast. This is awesome. I couldn't believe it. It browns better than my pan, and quicker. And being deep, I don't have splatter as much all over the kitchen. So this is nice. So my second thing that confused me was I put the meat in, I put my lid on, and I hit saute, this big button right there. Yay, it's lid. What's wrong, boy? What's wrong? Is the lid too tight? Is it too loose? Did Timmy fall down the well? What does that even mean? Lid. Is it too tight? Is it too loose? Is it not sealed? I don't understand. The instructions say nothing about this issue. DePot, which is their rival, I find a video about them. I find very few about this particular product as far as what I'm searching for. And in the Instapot video, it says, make sure the lid's not on. Oh, now it works. So, when you saute, no lid. I guess now that I think about it, I'm going to hit the cancel button. Now that I think about it, that makes sense because you want to brown it. You don't really want to cook it just yet. You want to brown it. So, no lid when you saute. Then, after that, I followed the instructions, and this made one of the best roasts I've ever had. The actual cooking time was about 20 to 25 minutes. If you include the saute time and the cooking time and the time it took to get up to pressure, you've got a great roast in about an hour and 5 minutes. The potatoes, for the very first time in the history of me making a roast, the potatoes actually were very, very, very incredibly tender. They just pretty much fell apart all by themselves, so I had mashed potatoes to put my gravy on. It was amazing. So, of course, after all this is done, they want you to clean your unit, and they recommend that you do this every single time. I guess I can see why, because it's very important to keep a good seal on this product. So they want you to clean the gasket. Simple enough. You'll see this pull out for cleaning. Simple enough. So there's this little handle. You can just pull that out like that. Do not immerse this lid in liquid. Use a damp paper towel and some mild soap. And then we just pull this off. And we want to make sure that there's no food trapped inside this seal. Again, use a warm water, paper towel, mild detergent. And do the same here. Make sure there's no food trapped in the edges. And there is no wrong way to put this gasket on, as long as it goes right down the middle of the gasket. There is no top or bottom. And it goes back on like that. Now, when you put it back on the lid, of course, make sure that pull out for cleaning is facing you, and this little handle is sticking out. You will then put it over that little pin that you see right there. Slap her on, good to go. The other thing they want you to do is clean that little wobbly thing. And it says to pull on it and it will release easily. No, it doesn't. I wasn't even sure if that was the right part they wanted me to clean. So I did a little bit of research and I said, screw it. If I break it, I'll take it back. And I won't buy another one. Oh, it came off, and that's the way it's supposed to work. And they want you to clean this for whatever reason. I guess it's so that it doesn't get clogged and works properly, but anywho, snaps right back on. So that's simple enough. And that's pretty much it. So if anyone has any questions that I have failed to answer, please let me know at any time. And happy pressure cooking. Thanks.